Welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sportscars. Yes, it's workshop walk time again. The weeks are flying by. It's cold out, but at least it's dry. So we've had a little few runs out in cars this week as well. This one, for example, we was finishing this one off. So we've got the little Mev Rocket here. If you've been subscribed, press that subscribe button down there, remember. If you're subscribed, you would have seen we've gone through this car, had some running issues, had a rocker cover gasket leak as well. So we had to do a rocker cover gasket on it as well because it was leaking down. I won't show you because lift it a bit. It was leaking down on the exhaust manifold. So we replaced that as well. So had a service, oil change, some other issues with braking, steering, alignment issues as well. And the other thing was, the customer did decide after speaking to him, do you remember this one? Yes, you subscribed, you know. This flexed and moved around, this quick release boss was, I've got to be honest, awful. So we've now put on a new suede steering wheel, which is smaller, which has helped quicken up the steering as well, and moved it forward by about 20 mil, or in fact, nearly an inch. So this particular owner of the car is quite short, like myself, in fact shorter than me, which is hard to do these days, and he needs to move forward with the seat, so that'll help him in his driving position. So yeah, this one's getting buttoned up now, so it's a quick polish, quick wipe over, check the tyre pressures, torque the wheel nuts again, one more final test drive, and then we can send this one back. But yeah, Iron Man car, tick. Right now, so another car rolling into the workshop. What the guys here, they've gone and picked up for a customer. It's a little Exobusa. So we've got what we're going to do now. Customer's got a few little teething problems. We've got to get it off the back of the wagon here. If you have got vehicles you want them collected, we do offer this service where you can come and collect you. As you can see, it's a nice enclosed transporter. The guys are super keen to know what's going on with it. Already touched the vehicle. Let's get it in the workshop and see what's going on with it. From one Exo car to another car, you probably think, why are we working on these Exo cars? Well, as Kit Car Direct, we work on all manner of cars. Westfields, M&Rs that are over there, Exo cars, Caterhams, Westfields, MKs, of course. I've got another MK landed over there, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So this one's in, it is a new build. Customers had some issues with it. Well, basically it won't rave past 6,000 RPM. We've put a fuel pressure gauge on it here, been on here. We've got this all plumbed in line temporarily. We're testing the fuel pressure on it because it's basically dying off. When you stick your foot down, instead of being at 50, 60 PSI, which it needs to be, it's literally dropping to like 20. So we're going through the fuel pump, fuel tanks, fuel lines, fuel filters, all of that, checking everything now. Get this so it can be a 11,000 RPM screamer, which this is a Gen 2 in here. That's what it is. So cracking engine, we know what they're like. We know they go extremely well. It's a light package, so it will run extremely well. A couple other little bits to do, some geometry stuff to do on it because it was out. We've actually put it on the table and put it on the scales and it was all out. So we've just set about doing a base setup so we can get a test drive on it, which we did yesterday in the cold, and it is cold driving one of these. No protection here at all. It's freezing, but good fun, very different to a 7. I prefer a 7, I'm not going to lie. I feel a bit exposed at the front there and all of that. It's quite low, feel a bit exposed, but it's a different kind of drive experience. Frightening, scary, but it's because you feel a bit exposed, but that's all, you know. Other than that, cracking build, nice clean build, really like this. That carbon dip that they've done on the airbox, got to say, that's a really nice touch, and the carbon bits on here and the bonnet in the wing and all that. Yeah, so it's got some really nice features about it. So we're going to set about doing the fuel system, getting this thing dialed in and running. Then I think we might have to go off for final mapping one more time at RLM, get it up there with the guys, and they can just dial it in for the customer if it's not quite there, but it's good. But yeah, it's got some nice touches, all the freewheel on it, DD2 light on it, you know, carbon bits here and there, you know, nice brake setup on it. So yeah, customers got a nice job done on it. So yeah, we'll get on with that and we'll let you know how we get on. Right, here we are in the RR S2000 time, one of our stable Honda engines that we love. Anything that revs past 8,000 is always good. These are up to nearly 9, which is awesome. So it's the Honda drivetrain, a familiar vehicle to probably some of our viewers and subscribers out there. And if you haven't subscribed, press that button. Yes, it's a familiar car. Mr. Hazelwood built this car. It's sold on a couple of times and passed through a couple of hands. What's it in for? Well, bit of a health check, really. Ready for the upcoming season, shall we say. Hashtag Charlie does a lot of track days, things, and I think he's going to be doing some racing this season as well. But this is more of his sort of road track day car. He was into bike engines before, now he's gone into the car engines. What's it for? Other thing, we had a damaged wing, unfortunately, here. So this one, when it's built, when you bond these on, guys, when you bond these on, yes, you do the first fix under here, you bond them on, but remember to go in after that set underneath it. This hadn't been done on this one. I think that's why the wing come off. So you need to go over the wing stay under there, pop the wing on, let that set, then go in the next day underneath and smear it, which is what we're doing on this. It's going to have a full nut and bolt check, and then full spanner check right the way through, making sure that everything's good. Adjust the brake balance for him. We're going to get a road test, adjust the brake balance for him. He felt that a little bit uncomfortable, but it has got the billet pedal box in there, so it's pretty easy to adjust. But this has been driven about, I think, over the winter as well. So if you just a bit of, I suppose, common sense really, but don't want to teach you, you know, to suck eggs as they say. But if you're driving around in the salty roads, remember to wash your car off afterwards, because this is what happens otherwise. This is all salt from the roads and corrosion that's getting in places. We'll try and clean all that up and decontaminate it and everything else, but otherwise it just gets into everything. The exhaust has got it all on it. But yeah, you can wash the GRP, that's fine, but anything metal components, make sure you give it a nice good clean and detail. Them salty roads don't really like our cars. But what's the spec on this? Well, it's a roughly 230 plus horsepower S2000 engine, as I say, 9,000 RPM screen wheel with the S2000 gearbox straight the way through, and this has actually got a 4 diff in it. We've got Indy RR, so it's got road jointed suspension. It's got the 55mm radiator, 19mm oil cooler on there. It has our front blade anti-roll bar system in here, which is the 2 blades that come off, and you've got 2 settings on it for soft and hard. This is on the hard side. You can rotate that round 90 degrees, it goes on the soft. It's got remote oil cool filter housing, which you have to do on the S2000, because down in here is the sandwich plate. Otherwise you can't get the filter on because the steering link bar is in the way. So that's why we do a remote one. Coming through the car, carbon front wings, CXRs, billet front uprights, nice interior, Tillit carbon seats, Tillit dashboard, our branded instruments. Dashboard's really nice on this, actually, really nicely detailed. Savage switches, all nicely lined up. You know, carbon gear knob, stroke harnesses, very clean inside here, carbon aero screen, carbon mirror arches of course, carbon boot cover, and we got a boot box on this one, which we don't see that often. A lot of people don't fit them, kind of helps with servicing the vehicle, should we say. We've got the boot box fitted in there, gives you a little bit of storage room. LED light pack on the back of this vehicle. Oh, and it had a number plate light, which I think had been hit on the trailer, which we had to replace. That's what it was in for here. This little thing got hit on the trailer, I think, because it was broken off, so we're fitting one of those. And there's a couple of things just to do under the rear end. But other than that, you probably will see this. Charlie's quite an avid track dayer. You'll probably see this sprinting around. He was at Cadwell Park, Boxing Day, I think he said. So yeah, he loves his track days. So you'll probably see this on the circuits if you're out there, guys, in your MKs or other kit cars. You'll see this one whizzing around. Goes really well. Nice little car, super clean. Yeah, so we'll get the spanner check done, get it ready, get it back. I think he may even have track day at the end of this month, so we've got to whiz through this reasonably quick so we can get back out there on track. Right, well, it's chassis register time. As you can see, we're on with production. There's a queue of them here, and we're getting the kits together. We've got another one here, and we've got 2 that are going in here. This one is going in. We've got the crate being done for, this is halfway packed now for going off to Norway. We've got 2 customers, and we've got another crate just down there in a box that's down in there. That's going off to Canada, so we're just waiting for that to be collected. But yeah, if you want to get yourself in the queue for one of these chassis, come down and see us here at the factory, see what's going on, talk you through a chassis, talk you through your build, talk you through specs. Happy to oblige. But if you're already in the queue, you're up there this week. Well, what another super busy week in the workshop. Cars are coming in, cars are getting fixed, cars are going back out, getting ready for the season to roll in. Don't forget though, guys, if you like what we're doing here, and you can see the like button down there, it's down there, go on, give it a little press. I'd love to see if we can get the numbers up on that one. It's down there, just press it, it's really quick. Like. That's it for this week, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, we will catch you next week.